Welcome to lanmoutarot. This is a general reading for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the first week of November 2019. Thank you so much, Aries, for your continued support. We're gonna get right to it. My fellow Aries had the highest view. Viewed the video for the last week reading. So we'll start with a wisdom of the oracle card, and then we'll get into the tarot, okay folks? And this time I'll use the Reverie Lenormand card for any clarification. Let's see messages Spirit have for you, Aries. Here we go. Regeneration. How apropos is that number 46, which drills down to a 10 and down to a 1. Okay, regeneration during this time of Scorpio, during the Scorpio season. That's just beautiful. Okay, regeneration, we see that a lot with when we think of the lotus flower. Usually that's what I think too with regeneration. And here we have this tree, and it's almost like there's fire, there's a blaze, but as the fire is raging down below, and the tree itself is already in it's still alive, I should say. Like the essence of the tree is showing up here. And it's the same thing we do for ourselves each day that we wake up from the sun, the power of the sun, the energy of the sun. We have look at this, judgment just flew out for you. And I'm cutting this time around. I'm gonna go ahead and put it there. So we have the opportunity to regenerate ourselves, to renew our resolve, our journey here. Okay, the new path. Each day, literally each moment of the day, we can do that. We can make that decision to do so. And this is just beautiful here for you, Aries. It's all about here death and rebirth, right? Ending a cycle to start anew. That we have that opportunity, we have that power. And for us to understand, it is a power. It is something that, you know, we can draw on at any time. And that judgment card that flew out for you is telling the same thing. Again, the day of reckoning. When we leave this planet, when our body, physical body, you know, comes dies, if you will, our heart stop pumping blood, and we're considered like, you know, our earthly death happens, comes the day of reckoning. There's a moment there where we have to go meet our maker. We have to atone for our sins, right? And some of us get our fair dues before we go to the next phase, whatever it may be for us. So the judgment card coming up here, it's also to say there is a transition between the ending and the new start. Okay, Aries, we're going on a lot here. So here we go. And as always, I meditate on your energy, Aries, and pre-shuffle these cards. So we're gonna get started here. Oh, okay. The six of swords come out in reverse. Now remember, I do not shuffle my cards in reverse, but it came out that way. It was in the deck already in reverse. Okay, so we're gonna leave it as that. There's a reason for it. And look what we have at the bottom of the deck, Aries. Do you see that? Judgment. It wanted to be there. It's very much so part of the reading, this judgment card. And here it is indeed. Very much still showing up here. So I'm going to put it right here so you guys can, it's still in frame. And let me pull this back a little bit. All right, so here we have judgment facing us during this time. So for a lot of us, Aries, we are at that phase in our life where we have to have a come to Jesus moment, if you will, right? There's a sense of a day of reckoning here for us. There's a sense of like God is calling us home here. There's a sense of like we're in transition, that we have completed a cycle, and now it's time to really meet our maker before we can move on to the next cycle, before we can really start anew again. This is number 20, which brings down to a 2. And also when I look at this number here, I also see 210, okay, which is 1-1 confirmation for me. And here this is number 46, which drills down to a 10, and again a 1. endings that bring new beginning, a new beginning that will start after we have gone to that moment of reckoning, of atonement for our sins. And yes, for the Judgment card, there's a sense of it also means reconciliation. Okay, reconciliation to our true essence, a reconciliation, a going back to us, our deeply spiritual self, a reconciliation with, with the angelic being, with the angelic realm, okay, with God, with the divine, with our creator. And here the first card that we have that came out for you, Aries, is the Six of Swords, and it came out in reverse. Let me pull it out. And this is the after tarot. This is usually how we see the Six of Cups. It's moving away from troubled water. This is departure. There is travel, right? There is movement, and movement from what we would call the Five of Swords, the card before it. Movement towards calmer seas. Movement away from conflicts. Here we see it coming out in reverse. It's almost like there is a delay. There is a delay in the moving forward here. There is a delay in travel. There is some sort of like hesitation, if you will. Okay, there's some sort of hesitation with moving forward in a situation that very much so have left you in a disharmonious place. Whether it's, for some of you it will be the location, for some of you it will be a state of mind, okay, and for some of you it's just like you wanna, some of you Aries, you want to hold on to all that negativity. It's not so much you want to hold on to it, it's almost like you're resisting letting go of a negative place or a negative way of thinking. Okay, there's baggage here, there's emotional baggage here that some of us are holding on to. And during this time of atonement, during this time of regeneration, we have to go through this. Okay, we have to let go, we have to release this negativity from the past. No matter how much we resist it, we cannot start anew without going to that step first. We cannot regenerate without going to that moment of judgment, to that moment of atonement. Okay, and in doing so, that's when we release the baggage, because we cannot take the baggage and the heavy burdens and the negativity with us into the new. And here we have the Three of Wands. This is the card, the Sun in Aries card. Okay, this is soul energy here. So Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, and here we have the three. And I like that they have this bird. It looks like an eagle, like flying high, bringing in communication, information. The third house is also the house of Gemini. Is also talks about communication, right, and information. And on this card here, we see he's still holding on to his choice. Okay, the Two of Wands is the choice made card for me, and the Three of Wands is like, okay, now I'm ready to start acting. It's a card of action for me. The Three of Wands, it's not so much as in waiting for your ship to arrive, as I often hear it being described. For me, it's a card of action. Time to start acting on the plan being made, communicating to other people so they know what okay, my choice has been made, and now this is what's gonna happen going forward. And this is the card of Sun in Aries, the very soul of the situation, your very soul. It's a fight. I just say fight. I don't know why. For some of you, this whole thing here, this regeneration is about really bringing you back to your soul purpose, bringing you back to your very essence of who you are. Okay, and here we have, what do we finish with again? Another three, the Empress, abundance. Because you, Aries, your path, your destiny, your fate, your life purpose is supposed to be that. That's our end game here. That's what the whole thing that's in motion. You being pushed to release these burdens, this negativity, this baggage. It's bringing you closer to your soul, bringing you closer to the abundance you're supposed to experience here on this planet. She's also the ultimate mother, the Empress. Okay, it's not just Venus energy. It's also about abundance and creating, and being able to be confident in the knowing of who you are, no matter what. The Empress rules with the Emperor. The Emperor is the card, major kind of version of Aries. So I feel like a lot of you are the feminine figure here. And a lot of you that are, even if you are masculine, it's almost like Spirit is asking you to be more in your feminine energy, okay? To not be too rigid in an Emperor life, to be a little bit more like the Empress, to take on more of that feminine energy during this time. As you regenerate, as you create and step into this new phase of you, that's gonna bring you closer to your soul. This is such a beautiful love message from the universe, from the divine for you, Aries, during this time. And also there is indeed reconciliation here. And here we have number 19. That is the tower. Do you see that? That is the tower in the Lenormand. So this is what telling me, Aries, is that this change, this moving away from trouble, you cannot resist it, okay? No matter how much you resist it, no matter how much you want to carry on this emotional baggage with you, no matter how much you don't want to these issues like they're gonna be taken away from you, okay? There's no taking this with you. It's not an option. It's just not an option. During this regeneration period, during this time of reconciliation here, back to your higher self, back to your soul purpose, back to your true essence, Spirit is gonna bring in the tower to solve these unresolved issues, to solve this to remove these baggages from you. This is just beautiful here. Let's get what, oh, okay. There we go. We're only taking this one here for the 3. And this is number 5. This is the tree. Yes. And look what's on the tree. That's encrusted on that trunk of the tree here is the tree of life. So Aries, you, who you are, obviously, we are not just these earthly beings. We are spiritual beings. Your soul purpose. You've been traveling a long time, okay? From realms to realms, to dimension and dimension, okay? You are on a journey here, okay? A journey that didn't start with this life cycle here on Earth. Okay, as a human being, this has been a journey through like the whole tree of life, okay, to an existence that's gonna bring you literally to God level here. This is just quite amazing. This is like really good, Aries. And this is the thing with the tree is like, there's also a sense of legacy with the tree. It's a long time. Yes, it's a look at the rainbow in here, but it's also your soul journey for those of you. Let's put it that way. You are an old soul, okay? And here it is a tree that also shows up here in that regeneration card from the Wisdom Oracle. So it's like that tree that completely lose all his foliage and all these leaves during this season here, during this fall season, during autumn, that goes through like basically looks like completely a death phase, if you will, during the winter. But the same tree that's going to regenerate, that's going to come again like a new, in the spring. And that is what we are seeing here, okay, Aries? Like you are on a journey that have expanded lifetimes for thousands, if not millions of years, and you are in an ascension. You are going through an ascension here during this life cycle, and Spirit is telling you, oh my gosh, this is the clover you have. You have the clover with the owls. Yeah, you have the clover with the owls, which is also another card for the birds with on top of the Empress. This is luck, okay, Aries. This is to have the clover on top of the Empress. That's like luck. You are abundant. You're supposed to be abundant. Luck is on your side, okay? that is your destiny. That is your fate, okay? That is your fate, and Spirit wants to bring that for you. It seems like it's almost like some of us we've lost track here. We've gone away from who we truly are by holding on too much to baggage, by being too much in the physical, by worrying too much, by being too much in our mind. And it's like Spirit is telling us they're going to bring down the tower here to remove these negativities, to remove the baggage, to remove any blockage, to remove any unresolved issues that might have been, to bring us closer to who we are, which is, especially those of you that have your sun in Aries, which is an old soul, okay, that have gone through a lot of different life cycles, that is blessed, that is meant to ascend, that is like on a soul journey, and that was supposed that the divine wants you to experience abundance here in this realm, to be able to create, to govern, to be at the very top of the food chain here. And here we have luck and the bird, and then the owls here is bringing communication, not just any kind of communication. It's not like just it's bringing information. Okay, the owls are the keepers of secrets, if you will, right? They communicate like true knowledge, mystical knowledge. And it's almost like for some of you Aries, that luck that's coming in here, it's almost there's gonna be some kind of communication or some information that's gonna come through you. And I'm looking behind, before in the tree, they pull my attention here to the moon. And this is like deeply intuitive knowledge, okay, that you have, that you're gonna be able to tap on during this time, Aries, that's gonna change your luck, that's gonna make you understand, or that you're going to remember like who you are, okay, who you're meant to be, who you're supposed to be, what the universe had in mind for you, okay, if you will. This is just quite beautiful. And let me go ahead and take some Women's Oracle card for you. This is gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. This is a beautiful reading, Aries. Like, it's like God is calling you home, calling you to your true purpose, making you, there's gonna be a lot of fated events happening to bring you to your ultimate self, to the abundance that God intended for you. Getting to know each other is at the bottom of the deck. It says, as you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. This is your woman's message here. For some of you, there may have been, this is purely romantic situation. There is a reconciliation that's facing you here with the Judgment card. There's a regeneration from an old relationship, whether it's from this lifetime or a previous lifetime. For a lot of you, to be even from like that has gone for many different lifetimes. Like, okay, this is a karmic situation, someone you've known, a deep soulmate situation that's going to come into reconciliation here in this realm. And there might have been if you've already met that person, especially during this life cycle, there might have been a lot of issues, okay, with each other. There might have also been distance between the two of you, and that distance here, that's what's going, you're gonna bridge the gaps. It's gonna bring it, so to remove those unresolved issues, whether it's distance, whether it's conflict, whether it's holding on to emotional baggage, this is gonna be taken away with the Tower here. And then we have you, Aries, being in your full power, taking action, okay, executing action on your behalf for your own good, communicating, and also understanding to wait for information to come to you, because you're coming to a new understanding that this is you on a soul journey here, and that you know who you are, okay, deeply in your soul you know who you are, and deeply in your soul you also know who your soulmate is, okay. And here you are the Empress. This is you, Aries. This is what you're marching towards abundance. And yes, some of you will also conceive, some of you will be receiving information through your intuition about that person. That person coming into that reconciliation is gonna bring you closer to luck. It's gonna be for the both of you, by the way, okay. This relationship is gonna bring luck and abundance and a lot of love and children. It's gonna be a happy home here, just so beautiful. And by the way, at the bottom of this deck, it was Treasured Island. That's what was at the bottom for the Wisdom Oracle here for you, number 9. And the card that flew out for you is Soulmate. From the Women's Oracle card, it's soulmate, okay. So this is your soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. That's all you need to know. And there's a reconciliation here. I hope this message find you in good spirit, Aries. Thank you so much. Come back next week for the next set of reading, and remember, as always, love is the only answer. Thank you, Aries. Goodbye.